Hello everyone. Sort of a ranty off-topic video that I have here at the moment. I'm sort of like just jumping through a bunch of like different variations of essentially the same canon that I had on my plot, and well, I am at the moment. And last night I basically had a crack at a point 0.5 10 stacker push nuke, which I'll just go to very quickly as well. I don't even, hold on, this one. Found a really good ratio for it actually, hence the name. Um, Anyway, that's sort of like beyond the point. The point of this video is basically asking how close can you get to a perfect cannon or a perfect cannon design um, in Minecraft. And I don't mean like a cannon that's going to do like absolutely everything, like it's a push stacker and a push nuke and like it like wall removes and all that sort of stuff. What I mean in that sense is, can you essentially have a cannon where it is so easy to swap out modes, swap out timing, swap out ratios that essentially you have a cannon that can do it all. It's a 256, it's a 384, it's a 100 stacker. It could nuke, it can OSRB, and you can essentially build your own cannon out of these little sub branches of schematics, and without changing any timing, it works every single time. So the reason why I was jumping through those point sixes is because the chassis of the point 0.6 384 diag and this point 0.5 10 stacker push nuke, all the power, the timings, the clock, the render queue, it's all the same. All the boosters, oh, I need to change like some of the timings for the boosters, but the boosters are very much the same. All the methods of splitting, they're exactly the same. And if you can do that for like a 10 stacker push nuke, why can't you just do that for every cannon? So I know this project is going to take a fucking long time and it's going to require a lot of brain power, but I'm essentially asking, can you have a parts kit or a parts list where an everyday Joe can log on a server, pick a, say, 100 stacker comp, 100 stacker chassis. If he wants OSRB, he simply just skems in the OSRB to the attachment point. If he wants a nuke, he skems the nuke into the attachment point. Like all common attachment points, everything like that, everything runs under the same chassis. And after you swap out parts, there's no timing changes, nothing like that. It just works flawlessly. And like like I've taken pride over the years of having, well, this is clearly the exception here, isn't it? Like, I've taken pride in having very clean cannons. So the ability to, I've actually done this with other cannons as well, where I've converted them from like 256 to 384 with a bit more power and a bit more hammer and that sort of thing. Um, but essentially, to be able to have just a shitload of parts and being able to make any cannon within reason live on a server from a bunch of schematics is just really appealing to me. And like there'd be certain configurations that you would actually skip. Like if there's like a one sec side counter with a nuke that you're always building, you'd of course convert that into that sort of thing. But the ability to just look at someone's base and say, hey, I need OSRB, I need AP, I need a nuke, I need slab bust, and to be able to just hook that all in with no expertise and just pasting, like, say, if I have like this comp here, I can have um, underneath like this line of redstone here, I have a line bit, and that just denotes like a compressor attachment. So like half the stem would be like this left hand side of the compressor, half the side would be the right hand side of this power, and to basically just line those up in the stem, and boom, now you have a working comp on a working cannon. And same sort of thing goes with the OSRB. Say if I replace like that observer there, or like even better, do something like this. Of course, you don't need to include the blue concrete, but like if you need fuck me. If you need like an OSRB comp, you just attach the blue to the blue. I'll need like a probably terracotta might be the best way to do it, like the arrows for the terracotta or something to basically denote attachment points. Then you need to do like colors and everything. But the ability to just, hey, I want OSRB on this cannon, you just scam it in. If there's cobble monsters, you just scam in the anti-patch. And to do all that off a single chassis and have every cannon that you could ever want at your not only at your fingertips, but basically ready to go live, I think that would be absolutely awesome. Of course, there's going to be like niche and edge cases where it's not going to work. Say it'll be very, very hard to add another power and a push nuke onto this cannon live. But I reckon for this sort of stuff, you can have like say like 100 stacker comp, 100 stacker hammer power, and then just a universal OSRB, a universal nuke, um, a universal OSRB comp, universal anti-patch, universal slab bust, where no matter what configuration you have the cannon in, you can just very, very easily skim in those attachments. Um, so yeah, I think that's going to be like my current project because I get asked so much from so many people. Do you have like a 100 stacker? Do you have like a 256 stacker? Do you have it at X speed? Do you have it at Y speed? Does this thing have nuke? Does it have AP? To be able to just give you a list of parts that all merge seamlessly and you can just make those cannons yourself, that just sounds absolutely awesome to me. This video was a bit ranty, but I think that's a really cool idea, and I know it can be done. Given like I've done those sorts of conversions in the past, but not to the extent of having an entire, essentially a cannon as a fucking parts kit. Anyway, if you have any ideas for this sort of stuff, because as far as I know, it's not been done before, because everyone's got like their own schemes, um like a 256 stacker with a nuke, or like a 384 stack with the OSRB and AP. Um, but to be able to basically convert everything into a universal, quick to build setup like this, because I don't release many cannons, I only release like one or two. But for me to basically just say, here's the parts kit, here's the user tutorial for this series of cannon, and then to just have it as simple as you just combine two schemes or three schemes. That just sounds absolutely awesome to me. So yeah, rant over.